But we became aware about who Ze is, was that he is a person that was working very close with the late Mswazi. And as a person who was the brain behind the taxi finance, he was managing the taxi finance under Santako. So that's a relationship that we know of him. We've seen on the WhatsApp chats now about the case that he had opened and the communication then between him and Sergeant Nkosi and them. But to what extent is involvement that we cannot say what else that he does. But we know him as a person who's been running the taxi finance as a business within Santako.
Imagine earning 3.1 million a year. It's a fantastic salary, right? But now imagine taking a single 3-day weekend shopping trip to London that costs 3.5 million just for the flight. That is more than your entire annual income spent in 72 hours. This is exactly what Dr. Imogen Mashazi, the former city manager of Ekurhuleni, did. When journalists first cornered her about who paid this ultra-luxury trip, she claimed it was a private social outing and dismissed the investigation as harassment. She refused to name the person who signed the check. But today, the truth is out, and the name on the 3.5 million receipt changes everything.
We'll go like this. During the call with General Shibiri, he told me that Mulife was part of a group of 5 individuals with interest in mining in the Northwest province, and that one of those guys belongs to a group of Mswazi, Nabum Tagati. That is him saying the names now. He also said another guy is a Zulu guy. He's a tall guy. Now describing him to me, he's known as Z, who stays in Santin, who I understood to him to be Ze Nxumalo. He said Z is a close friend of Julius Malema, who is a politician, who then tends to be close to General Sibia.
According to an explosive by Sunday Times and News 24 investigation, the secret funder behind this massive bill is none other than the taxi industry powerbroker and playboy businessman Ze Nxumalo. Nxumalo isn't just any businessman. His name has been ringing bells in high-profile judicial inquiries, including the Madlanga Commission, where allegations of cartel-like influence over state organs have taken center stage.
Who is Ze?
Ze Nxumalo is a businessman, a well-known businessman who is in the taxi financing industry. He owns a lot of businesses that relates to the taxis.
And why would he need to call you? What did you need to talk to him about?
I don't know, because I'm being referred that did Ze call you? And then the message says no. I said no, not yet, because he was asking me.
Okay, but did he call you? Did you speak to him?
No, I don't remember calling me about Musa.
Did he call you about anything, Z?
Yes, there has been instances where he spoke to me.
And what's your conversations with him about?
The first conversation, if I remember, with Mr. Nxumalo, it was around about. I need to remind myself, because I need to check from the chart. But what I know is that there was a call that he made to me in relation to the complaint that he received in relation to a situation. I think it was in a mining environment in Kimberley.
Why would a powerful private figure foot a 3.5 million luxury bill for a public servant overseeing a massive 65 million municipal budget? In the world of public procurement, there is no such a thing as free private jets. To understand the depth of the story, we have to look at what was happening back home while Mashazi was flying high. As city manager, Mashazi was the shield. She faced intense scrutiny for alleged protecting controversial Ekurhuleni Metropolis chief, Julius Mkhwanazi, over multiple administrative scandals, including the unlawful fitting of blue lights on civilian vehicles.
We will die for you. We will take a bullet for you.
Thank you so much.
But
but it's more about what did you do about it on the assumption that the allegations are true. What did you do about it? That's where we are.
When the administrative head of the city is heavily indebted to a powerful private tycoon, the entire chain of accountability snaps. The police, the tenders, the public funds, they all become vulnerable to outside influence.
Face value without even questioning it.
Yes.
And I'm asking this question in the context of you being the accounting officer, the most senior administrative/executive official within the municipality. Someone comes with a report. You have perused and seen very serious allegations which make reference to fraud. So someone comes and just says there's no case here, and you do not engage on the specific allegations that you have read, you yourself have read. How can an executive, most senior executive or top administrator act in that manner?
As I indicated that I deal with a lot of issues, but maybe this one in particular, I did not pay too much attention on it, but I must indicate that I am not protecting anyone, and I'm not here to throw anyone under the bus. But the issue of not doing follow-up, I consider that I did not follow up.
When public officials treat a multi-million rands luxury lifestyle as a private matter while managing public funds, accountability isn't just compromised, it's erased. What do you think Ze Nxumalo expected in return for the 3.5 million flights to London? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, because we know that there's this crazy circle that we're told about that Mr. Ze Nxumalo is part of. We're told that Ze Nxumalo is part of this big five cartel, or knows the cartel, and that he's close to Abo Mthakathi and Abo Mswazi. If you guys remember what Witness A told us at the Madlanga Commission.
Major General Shibiri further informed Witness A that Molefe is part of a group of 5 individuals with interests in mining in the Northwest Province. Amongst these associates is a person known as Ze, a Zulu individual residing in Sandton who maintains friendships with Julius Malema, who is close to Lieutenant General Sibia. Major General Shibiri's disclosures appeared intended to underscore the magnitude and complexity of the case, as well as the significant status of persons of interest, while simultaneously distancing himself from any involvement. Witness B, can you confirm this? And if you still do, comment on this paragraph.
Commissioners, yes, I can confirm.
He specifically connected him to figures like Julius Malema to prove that he's politically connected, but he also connected him to the cartel themselves, especially Mswazi Msibi.
Have you ever communicated with Z?
Yes, I did.
When did you communicate with Z?
I'm not quite sure, but I do communicate with him.
But you don't know his surname?
That's correct.
Can you give us a general description of who he is so that we can maybe suggest a surname to you?
I don't know about that. What kind of description does the commission requires?
Well, I'm trying to pin down who the Z is who had the political power to mobilize yourself on a weekend and a hawk to go and arrest Mr. Kawula. So any detail about Z that you can give us?
I don't know any that I can give to the commissioner.
It was even revealed that he's the one who actually was buying medication for Mswazi Msibi from Witness F, who happened to be later on Sergeant Gosi. He was the one who was buying that particular medication for Mswazi Msibi.
As you were calling.
That's correct.
Mr. Nxumalo says he's awaiting delivery. What was he having delivered?
Okay. At that time, Mr. Msibi was suffering from arthritis, or if I'm not mistaken, I pronounce it correctly. So Ze had ordered medication in Cape Town. So he promised Mr. Msibi that he would deliver. But I think according to him, due to unforeseen circumstances, then I had to collect.
Sorry, what was the condition for which this medication was necessary?
He could not eat. When he was eating, he was vomiting. So that is the reason I was pestering him.
So Ze has sourced medication from Cape Town for Mr. Msibi's condition?
That's correct.
Is he a doctor?
No.
And not just that, we were also told that this particular man, he's a well-known figure in the taxi industry. He's really powerful in the taxi industry. He's the one that assists with the funding in the taxi industry. And the way he's so powerful and very influential, he was able to get Musa Kawula to be arrested, and a warrant of arrest was even sent to him. And this person is a person that is really very, very much connected.
Lieutenant General Sibia had close relationship with Mr. Julius Malim, who is alleged to be associated with individual named Ze Nxumalo. I do not know whether Lieutenant General Sibia has any personal or professional relationship with Julius Malim.
Zenzile, EFF.
Zenzile EFF?
That's correct.
Why Zenzile EFF?
This is how I saved him, as Zenzile EFF.
But why would you associate him with the EFF in how you saved him?
I just felt like that, Zenzile EFF.
All the facts about tickets, him providing you with information about where Mr. Kaula is, and giving you tickets, and then concluding in this chat 5 ways, as Mabunda will call you, it gives the impression, the unavoidable impression that in fact you had a complainant who was directing this investigation and telling the police what to do, where to go. That's the impression I get from this. Is that not a fair impression?
Maybe I can say 50-50 from the suggestion of the commission.
We know that one of the people that are part of the cartel is Vusumuzi Matlala. Vusumuzi Matlala, who we heard that is friends with Mr. Mkhwanazi, Julius Mkhwanazi. And now we are finding out that this very Ze Nxumalo, who is friends with the people in the cartel, and the people in the cartel who have a relationship with Julius Mkhwanazi that is shielded by Imogen Mashazi. The picture is starting to become clearer by day, every now and again. It's starting to become clearer as to how are these people particularly connected. How is it that, and why is it that Imogen Mashazi was so protective of Julius Mkhwanazi? Because we are finding out today that actually she was benefiting herself somewhere, somehow. And she was getting something out of this thing, out of giving tenders to Vusumuzi Matlala, and out of giving blue lights to people like Vusumuzi Matlala, and getting shielded by Julius Mkhwanazi, who has denied the claims of fitting blue lights in the vehicles of Vusumuzi Matlala.
No blue lights that were fitted by the city. I didn't fit any blue light. The city didn't fit any blue light.
IPRED and the municipalities lying.
No, the municipality didn't lie. The letter of municipality is very clear that the city didn't put any blue lights. You see, I was part of those processes. I didn't put blue. The city didn't put blue lights.
It was even revealed that the depth of the relationship that Julius Mkhwanazi has with Vusumuzi Matlala and his company is too deep that they're even sending each other videos of monies, other one holding money, Van Veek, who was the head, in a way, the owner of Medicare 24. So we are seeing this whole circle and how everything is finally connecting.
To General Julius from Ekurhuleni. He is the head of the EMPD on this side. I think this is a person I would love to introduce you so you can have a one-on-one with him so that your transport problems can be sorted out. He also have all the contacts for Tshwane in JMPD due to his rank and everything. So yeah, I would just like to introduce you to Julius, and then we all can get together and you guys can talk, and it's a good connection to have.
You know, it's warm. This fan of mine's not working so lekker. I don't know if it's because it's hard. I'm not sure what it's doing. Anyway, I have another one here. Let's put this one here and try this one. Oh, it's also hard. I'm going to spend this fucking money now. Please tell me where we're going. Have a lucky day.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember? Yes, you had said, but my question was, would you know what he's talking about?
No, that's what I'm saying. That the first one I answered, the second one, I don't even remember what he's talking about.
From what we're even told by News 24, is that actually the legal representatives of Mr. Ze Nxumalo refused to comment on this particular matter. They've refused to take part in this particular conversation, even though it is clear that their client is very much implicated. I don't know what you guys think, but before we can end this video, it is of paramount importance for us to actually read this article word for word, because it provides very important information. It says, in short, Mashazi's mysterious jet trip. The benefactor behind the city manager's 3.35 million London charter had contracts with Ekurhuleni. The Sunday Times can today exclusively reveal who paid for the disgraced Ekurhuleni City Manager Imogen Mashazi 3.5 million private jet trip to London in 2022. Mashazi, who appeared before the Madlanga Commission last year, raised eyebrows because of his haughty and dismissive attitude towards commissioners. Had acknowledged taking the 3-day trip, but had never disclosed the identity of the benefactor. A Sunday Times investigation has established that the XET, which is the XET Solutions, bankrolled the trip. The company had raked in millions from at least 5 contracts awarded by the embattled Metro during Mashazi's tenure as city manager. Also aboard the jets were her husband, Bonginkosi Raymond Mashazi, and another couple. The aviation company hired by XET Solutions has since been approached by the Madlanga Commission about the controversial charter. ONYX, which is Onyx Aviation, a Linseria airport-based charter company, confirmed this. We are under engagement with the commission, and the result will have no further comments on any involved parties or details of this flight. A key player in chartering the jet was politically connected businessman Ze Nxumalo.
In contact with Suleiman Karim and others linked to the cartel, including Msibi, linked to those characters.
What I'm aware of is that he connects with many people. There are many politicians that he communicates with. So whether he's part of the squad that has been investigated, we don't have that on record as yet.
The founder and CEO of ZIG Holdings, a young investment holding company, Nxumalo served as an independent advisor to his SA Taxi, South Africa's biggest financier of minibus taxis. He's a politically connected operator and an influential power broker embedded in South Africa's transport and power network. His links run straight into the political elite. EFF leader Julius has admitted knowing him, while testimony before the Madlanga Commission ties Nxumalo to powerful taxi bosses and figures allegedly connected to law enforcement and organized crimes.
I know Ze Nxumalo is a child of Professor Nxumalo, who was the founder of the IFP. He was, if I'm not wrong, the first Secretary General of IFP. Then you say Julius Malema, in giving Z's description, you have to drag my name in. But his father is a retired politician, a noticeable person. Why are you not saying a child of Professor Nxumalo? You bring my name. Or is it because you can't research such a simple information like desktop? For sure you are shocked wherever you are, all of you. Oh, is that so? Yo. It's not a big issue. How can someone being someone's else be a big issue? That's the father. Ze is my friend. Ze Nxumalo is my friend. And anyone who stays in the north knows Ze Nxumalo, who grew up in the north, socialized in the northern suburbs, Sandton. You will know Ze was a big socialite there. But you know what is amazing, Samkel, about Ze? Is that Ze was best friend with the daughter of Rupert. You don't mention that.
At the commission, Nxumalo featured at the center of allegation that he led on police and inserted himself into criminal investigations. Evidence showed he was in direct contact with police officers, had access to arrest warrants, and allegedly pushed for action against blogger Musa Khawula, including bankrolling elements of planned arrest operations.
Now, earlier on when you were describing the pressure that you were put under in relation to the execution of this warrant, you mentioned that the Deputy Minister had pressurized General Sabia because the two people who had allegedly been insulted by Musa Khawula were Fikile Mbulula and someone called Z. And you said that you didn't know Z's surname. You recall that?
Yes, I recall.
The revenue management paid for the charter. The ultimate source of the funds traced back to XET Solutions. An invoice obtained by the Sunday Times shows that on July 20, 2022, Onyx Aviation billed Zig Revenue Management 3.35 million for the flight. Bank statement also seen by Sunday Times revealed that on July 19, 2022, XET Solutions deposited 5.75 million into Zig Revenue's management account using the reference XET Solutions. 4 days later, Nxumalo's company transferred 1.5 million to Onyx Aviation with the reference London trip. On July 26, Nxumalo transferred a further 1.5 million to Onyx. He paid the remaining 350,000 to charter the Dassault Falcon 900EX on August 1, 2022. The invoice showed the four flew from Linseria Airport to Fayborough Airport outside London via Accra in Ghana on July 28, 2022. They returned 3 days later on July 31. Approached for comments, Nxumalo admitted he chartered a flight from Onyx Aviation for 3.35 million. However, he said the flight was for a businessman called Ntokozo Xaba. According to a company registration record, Xaba became a director of XET Solutions in January 2026 before stepping down last month. It is not immediately clear what his association with the company was back then in July 2022. I was asked by Mr. Ntokozo Xaba to assist in getting a better code for a London flight. I managed to get a code from my service provider and a company that I worked with and act as a broker for, Onyx Aviation, for 3.9 million and eventually 3.35 million for the Falcon EX in question, Nxumalo said in a written response to the Sunday Times questions. In the end, my company charged XET or XET 5.75 million VAT inclusive for the flight which he paid, and my company paid the 3.35 million to Onyx. Nxumalo said he later found out that Mashazi, the husband, had traveled to London on the jet and he had chartered for Xaba. I cannot remember exactly when I learned that Mr. Xaba was not going on the flight anymore, but it was definitely after I was paid and after I had paid Onyx. Nxumalo said that he paid Onyx Aviation 3.35 and pocketed the rest as commission. Afterwards, I introduced Mr. Xaba to a service provider, Onyx Aviation, and he used them often directly. He said, Xaba did not respond to questions sent on Friday night, neither did Mashazi. Ekurhuleni spokesperson Phakamile Bengashe confirmed that XET Solutions was still contracted to the Metro. The additional information requested, including details relating to declaration, the number of contracts awarded to the company over the years, and the total value of payments made by the city is still being sourced from the relevant department, she said. XET Solutions, formerly known as One Connect Technology SA, was registered in 2014 and provides a range of IT services. The company does not have a website. A LinkedIn page described as a leading company solution provider that applies innovative technology and business expertise to enable organizations to realize extreme value. Further, that the company is well positioned to deliver on the promise of innovation for excellence. VET's value proposition is to partner with organizations and escalate their digital transformation journey. It says its strategic partner with global leaders in application infrastructure and business intelligence software gives VET access to pool of expertise, particularly in the financial services, energy, and telco industry. The company's sole director is Xaba. Said VET Solutions had from time to time chartered aircrafts and other forms of transport for clients, business partners, and stakeholders attending conferences, project visits, and other business engagement. She denies that the flight constituted gratification for Mashazi. According to the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act, gratification is a serious criminal offense. XET Solutions maintains a strict corporate governance and ethical policy that expressly prohibits the provisions of gratification, inducements, or any form of undue benefit to public officials. The company is committed to conducting its business activities with the highest standard of integrity, transparency, and compliance with all applicable laws and regulations, she said. According to Ekurhuleni's procurement records, which are publicly available, the Metro awarded XET Solutions at least 5 contracts over the past 7 years. All were awarded during the Mashazi's tenure as municipal manager, and all but one predicated the London trip.
Why it is of interest, why they have copied you, why that question is of interest and would require an answer, is because the evidence that we have had, or the testimony that we have had so far, is that you had a hand in the decision not to discipline Brigadier Mkhwanazi eventually, which we have seen part of on the interview where you say you made a decision not to discipline him. There is also testimony that you were involved in the discussion or in the decision ultimately of Mr. Sheka to uplift his suspension and have him return to work. That's why the interest in my questions, at least, that you are copied on an HR matter that involves a junior employee. And there are these allegations that we've had that you had a direct involvement in how the disciplinary process against him eventually was aborted and scuppered.
I want to state categorically that I did not participate in the suspension nor the upliftment of the suspension. I deny all the facts that they indicated, that I participated, I called them, I did everything. I deny those facts.
The value of these contracts are not publicly listed. The Sunday Times was also unable to establish how much the Metro has paid XET Solution for work performed under those contracts. However, a senior Ekurhuleni executive speaking on the condition of anonymity estimated this total at well into more than 100 million. XET Solution has also benefited from contracts awarded to Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Procurement records established online show that over the past 7 years, the company was awarded at least 5 contracts with a combined value of 750 million. Mashazi was first appointed municipal manager in December 2016, becoming the first woman to hold the position. She was reappointed in 2022 and reached retirement age in July last year, after which she was compelled by councillors to step down. Evidence before the Madlanga shows that during Mashazi's tenure, serious allegations of corruption, fraud, and sexual misconduct within the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department were effectively ignored.
But you are aware of these allegations of motor vehicle destruction, drinking or driving under the influence of alcohol. You are aware of this video where these allegations are being made against him. Why did you not lodge a complaint as his superior, a written complaint against him? You know the facts. You know the facts. You know they are disciplinable facts, and they include destruction of council property, according to you. Why did you not lay a complaint in writing?
In writing to?
To the council.
to the council.
Unless you're telling us that he's not disciplinable because he's head of police and you are his manager. Unless you're telling us that, which is not what you said. You said the authority lies with council. You couldn't initiate without council approval.
Under oath, she admitted failing to act on a report by the IPED, recommending actions against senior officials, and could not produce evidence to back explosive claims she herself had made.
The iPad report for us was very vague and I was unable to discipline anyone. We had to take that iPad report to our investigation. We appointed an independent investigator through the internal audit, and the report was out. We'll share the report with you so that you can start disciplining people. So from that report, the acting chief of police has done nothing wrong. He's cleared. So iPad, they can go ahead if they want to arrest him, if they think he is wrong.
Her testimony was riddled with invasive responses of "I don't recall" and "no comments," drawing sharp rebuke from the commissioners who questioned both her credibility and seriousness. Even more damning was her conduct, dismissive, combative, and at times flippant in the face of grave allegations.
Speak. You are a witness. You have to allow me to speak and we will give you the chance to answer.
Yet while accountability slipped, Mashazi projected a life of excess, flaunting his taste for luxury watches, Hemis, handbags worth thousands of rands, her own admission about exclusively collecting high-end designer bags filled public outrage.
I'll start with my earrings. My earrings are from Bulgaria, and the necklace as well is from Bulgaria, and the bracelet is a Bulgaria, same set, and then the watch is AP 2025. That's cool. Eyes, and my dress is Dolce & Gabbana. My handbag is Kelly Crop, orange, and my shoes obviously is Hermes. That's nice.
Highlighting the contrast between the failing of a side exposed during the commission and the opulence she appeared to enjoy. I don't know what you guys think about everything that is going on. So clearly, to those who didn't get it, there is a company that was actually getting contracts, and that company was getting some sponsorship somewhere, somehow from Ze Nxumalo to actually sponsor the lifestyle of Dr. Imogen Mashazi. We know, I did make an episode about this from the city of Tshwane, that these people that are getting these tenders in these municipalities, it's like they have an obligation to bribe these city managers so that at least they can get more. If not city managers, they have to bribe politicians. This is something that looks like it's a norm that has been adopted and accepted because it happens over and over again that people who get these tenders, they don't just focus on their work. Somehow they have to bribe someone by giving them something, like we see with the case of Imogen Mashazi. I don't know what you guys think. Let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear what you think. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on my next upload. Bye.
And I want to truly apologize if yesterday I came across as being restless or not in compliance with your rules. The commission would understand that this is my first appearance, especially in a sort of a court of law where you are cross-examined. And I did not expect this, to be honest, that I'm going to be cross-examined. I thought I'm going to be asked questions to clarify and give evidence to assist the commission to make a recommendation to the president. But unfortunately, the cross-examination actually took me out of my character. And at some point, especially the first session in the morning, I was not sort of like in compliance with your rules, and I truly apologize.